Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Omar from the Bullish Bears team. I promised I'd make a video building my watch list tomorrow. Recap a couple of the plays from today before I build my watch list. Just so you know, you can find me on Facebook. I belong to this community called Bullish Bears. It's a stock market community. It's not even my group. I'm just a member of the group, and I just help the guys out because they're freaking awesome. And the group has now, it started off literally with like 20 members, and now I think we're like at 3,200 members. All free content. Everybody here just posts information. If you can, I'm just scrolling through this. People here just posting. This is where I do all my posting. That's why you don't see anything. If you follow me on Twitter and you wonder, well, why doesn't he talk about his positions? I do all that here. I don't really do it on Twitter. I just post my watch list on there. So, this is all people just posting random stuff. Everybody's really cool, super nice, super friendly. I really advise you guys to join the group. It's free. There's no charging. Everything is free. They answer all your questions. The creators of this group actually have which I post to. They have a YouTube channel. So if you go to YouTube and you type Bullish Bears, you can actually sign up, subscribe to their channel. Guys, they post videos for free, like all types of videos that you would have to pay Tim Sites for and Cameron Foos for. They do all this shit for free. If you go if you look at the videos, they got tons of videos about how to use Thinkorswim and how to trade options and how to look at patterns and how to trade with paper money, using Thinkorswim, and how to set stop losses and options scanning and all kinds of shit, man. I mean, so it's all free, and you can find my videos here too. So like if you go to playlist and you make sure that this is filtered down list, you can go down to find me where it says Omar's Momentum Trading, and that's where they post all my videos. So you can see all my videos, like how I create my watch list, momentum trading for strategies for beginners, how to create my custom scan that I use for momentum trading. All that's for free, man. Nobody's charging you. They do have a donation-based sort of like system. So if you want to donate to these guys because you like the stuff, feel free to donate. These are guys that formed a company that are trying to build a business, but they're trying to do a donation based where you don't have to give them anything. If you want to, feel free. If not, it's all good. So with that said, let's talk about today. So Friday I built a watch list, and if you want, go on that YouTube channel, find my video. Actually, you can find the link on my Twitter. So I have a Twitter here, and this is the watch list that I put out this morning. But I actually built that watch list creating this video. So you see it says 3 days ago, and watch the video, and you can see I'm not a fortune teller, I'm not Cleo, but if you watch the watch list that I put together, I said that OWCP and CMBX were going to rip, and they ripped. I said that PPMH was going to sell off, and it sold off. I mean, and I do this shit every day. I post this for you guys. I don't make videos every day. I'm doing it once in a while. I have a full-time job. It's very difficult for me to do both. But when I have the time, I do it because I just like to give back. I'm a IT trainer, so I've been teaching for like 15 years. So it's always in my nature to teach and help. So I just like to do it because I just like to see people do well. With that said, so let's talk about Friday. The plays are for today that were on my watch list. The first one was OWCP. I traded this morning right at the open, and I chose this stock because it was only like $1. It was less than $1 when I bought. I sized in heavy. I sized in heavy, and I held this to about a little over $2. So I made a substantial amount of money on this today. And I'll zoom in here. If you look at the 5-day chart, so this is the 1 minute 1-day chart, and this is the 5-day 5-minute chart, just to show you where it was 5 days ago. This stock was 67 cents 5 days ago. It's now holding its highs at 211. I mean, this stock has no chill. I mean, this stock is really overextended. This is a dog shit company, so don't get hyped and think this is gonna be the next Apple. More than likely, some point this week, maybe tomorrow, probably the latest Thursday, this is gonna have a huge sell-off, and it's gonna be a great shorting opportunity. That's my guess. I could be wrong. This thing could rip for days and days and days. This market's crazy. It's irrational. It's not even acting the way it's supposed to be acting. So everything's irrational right now in the market. But I expect tomorrow that this will probably pull up a little bit. Keep going up and then have a big pullback, and you could short it to that. You can find shares to short. You have a margin account. You should be able to short. You should make some good money. I prefer short than long. I love shorting. Shorting to me is easy money. And if you look at all the big retail traders, Cameron Foods, Tim Gertani, Tim Sykes, all these guys are short sellers. That's really what they do. They short sell because it's a lot easier to short sell than to hold and go long and predict when to sell your shares. This is gonna be on my watch list tomorrow because if you haven't seen my other videos, I advise you to watch them. You know, I have a video exclusively pointing out like how I build my watch list. But to make a long story short, I look for stocks that are holding their highs. Stocks that hold their highs, those go on my watch list. The reason why is because if a stock if a stock opens right at one price and it closes at another price at holding its highs, or then it's going to be volatile the next day, and that's what you want as a day trader. You want to make trades based on big movements, right? You don't want a stock that opens like you don't want this to open tomorrow and close at gold from 211 to 215. You want to see this go from either 211 to like $3 or 211 to $1 so that you can either long it, make some money, or short it. Okay, you want big volatility. All right, so that's what OWCP did, and it's going to be on my watch list tomorrow. All right, just so you know that on the 1 minute chart, you get these little runs and you get these sideways consolidations. That's like a bulk platform. You get the push up. On the 5 minute chart, what you want to do is, if you're not sure when you make the trade, if you see a sideways consolidation forming on the 5 minute like you do here, and it's moving slowly, your entry is when the candle over the previous candle. So this was at this point, this was the most recent candle. Once the new candle breaks above that, that's your entry right here. And then your low, and then your stop loss would be the low of the previous candle. So this on the 5 minute chart, you could have been your entry and you could have rolled this up. And you see it kind of sold off here, and it kind of finds this new support here, and then it kind of just continues to rip, pull back, and it rides. This is on this 5 minute. I have the 13 EMA here. On the 1 minute chart, I have the 9 and 20 EMA. No reason why. I just play around with different EMAs. And you could have watched it. I mean, this thing just continued to rip. People just took some profit along the way, and then they just continued to get in. It was pretty remarkable. Next up is CMBX. This was phenomenal. The only reason why I didn't trade this was because this was cheaper. That was it. That was the only reason why I didn't trade. I'm not good at trading multiple stocks at once. Some people are. It's not my thing. But yeah, you could have made a ton of money trading both at the same time. This stock 5 days ago was $1.21. Now it's at $6.70, which is remarkable. I think tomorrow at the open, this is going to continue to rip a little more. But I do think it's going to be a big pullback. Like, you see how this was the big pullback today. It went from 670 and it went all the way back down to 579 before it bounced again. I expected it to do that again tomorrow, but I expect even a bigger pullback tomorrow. Because people that bought the stock here and here, up here, they like, this is a dog shit company. It's not going to continue to go forever and ever. So people are going to, at some point, just pull out and take all their money. So you can expect a big pullback, but this may continue to run for a few more days. We'll see. I mean, it's been pretty good. A couple other stocks on my watch list went crazy too. Fate had a nice rip today too. It kind of looked ugly at the open, but then once it had this breakout, and this would have been your entry, right? So this at this point's higher day. You see it broke above it, and it went from 427 to 466. You had to be quick. Because, this had about 4 minutes, it ripped up, and then it kind of pulled back and sold off. You have to be very quick. On the 5 minute chart, it would have been the same thing. At that high day, you would have gotten right here and just watch it rip. So, you had a great opportunity here, and then it kind of pulled back, but then it kind of ripped again. So, this will not be on my watch list tomorrow. So I'm going to delete that. CSIQ, this is another one. Look at this. 5 days ago, this was at, $16, at $19. Look at this, another stock that sold off a little bit, found its support here, and then just kind of ripped. And then you kind of, formed this little cup of handle pattern, and then it kind of pulled back. But then at the end of the day, it ripped again. So volatile. And look at this. It held its highs. This is a stock that could theoretically stay on my watch list. It's expensive, and it's continuing to run. This will probably continue to run. To watch it. I'll leave it there for now. Maybe I'll take it off, depending how many stocks I put on my watch list. GSIT, another stock I'm watching. This didn't do much. See, these are the kind of stocks you want to avoid when they're like sideways like this. They don't do much. I mean, it kind of sold off a little bit, and then it gapped up. Actually, you did have an opportunity to buy. If you saw this find its support, you could have dip bought it here, and it actually went all the way up to 750. So it was volatile, but it's ugly. You know, it doesn't look. It's an ugly chart, and it's kind of sideways. This is out of here. All right, next up, AGEN. There's a stock that, you know, 5 days ago was at $18. It kind of it kind of sold off to 17.75. In the last couple of days, it ripped to 18.99. And look at this, when it hit 18.99, it sold off. That's not accidental. That's whole numbers are psychological resistance points for people. So like, let's say $18, $18.50, $19, $19.50, $20. Those are psychological resistance barriers. That's why it sold off. But this was pretty volatile. I mean, you could have played this up. You could have played this down. You know, it just really depends. It's not going to be on my watch list. I mean, this may be a potential swing, especially for you option traders, but it's not going to be on my watch list any further. CBay was a stock that had you listened to what on my watch list, what I talked about on Friday, I said because this stock was way overextended. 5 days ago, this was 231. It was up to 349 pre-market today. I said that this is a dog shit company and expect a big pullback, and that's exactly what happened. So this could have been a great shorting opportunity. Had you shorted it at the market, you could have shorted it somewhere here, where in the like the 330 range, and you could have, you know, this thing collapsed all the way down to about 279 before you could have dip bought it, you know, covered in here, and it had a, you know, you could have dipped by it. Actually bounced right back. You know, and it did well for the rest of the day. So it was volatile and there was opportunity, but and you know, it's probably gonna sell off again, but I'm gonna take it off my watch list. And then the last stock that was on my watch list for Friday was PPHM, and this thing, what did I say Friday? I said this was gonna sell off, and look at this thing sold off. Matter of fact, Cameron Foost, if you follow him on YouTube, he shorted this morning. He made about $2,000 shorting this today. And I knew it. I told you. I said this was going to short. And this was really the stock that I was going to originally play. But I haven't loaned a stock in a while. I just felt like doing it, and it worked out for me well. So I did OWCP. I actually loaned it. But I would have shorted. This is a stock I would have took down. All right? Because and the reason why it sold off, because look, 5 days ago it was 35 cents. It was up to like 66 cents, and then it kind of like, you know, sold out. It was at 54 cents. It closed around there. But then it started gapping up pre-market. And, you know, it's a dog shit company. It's bound to sell off, so it just sold off. All right? So those are the stocks in my Friday's watch list. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of AGEN, that. Let's get rid of MGYN. Even though it held its highs, I'm going to get rid of it for now. And now let's talk about today's. So actually, the stock actually did pretty well. I'm going to leave this here. So we're going to leave these three stocks from Friday's watch list into tomorrow's watch list. And now let's look for tomorrow. Let's build out tomorrow's watch list. So I'm gonna right click on this. I'm actually gonna left click on it. I'm gonna hit edit. I'm gonna hit edit. I'm gonna edit the date. So I'm gonna put 2/22/17, and I'm gonna hit save. So now you got the new date. Just so you know, guys, when I post my stocks, when I post on Twitter my watch list, you always see this watch list. This watch list is coming from my stocks to trade account. This is actually stocks to trade. And when I ran my filter for tomorrow, this is the same criteria. I run the same criteria here as I do with Thinkorswim. The only difference that on stocks to trade that you have here that you won't see on Thinkorswim is, and this thing is not letting me slide over. Okay, here we go. Is that you can capture how many times a stock has been traded, which is very important. And unfortunately, Thinkorswim doesn't have that included in their criteria. I asked them to add it. We'll see what happens. But basically, if you haven't seen any of my videos, basically what I do is every night I run a scan and I look for stocks for anywhere between 20 cents and $30 that have a minimum volume of 500,000 shares traded that up 5% from the open. Okay? When I hit scan, I got 99 stocks. So the market is hot right now. There's times where I do this and I get like 10 stocks. You know, it just really depends. But the market is crazy right now. So we're going to go through these quickly. And what happens is you can take, so I have a whole bunch of custom scans that I've created. So these are like my personal ones that you'll see here. And you could kind of like move them over here so that those are the scans that I use when I look for my plays. And sometimes, you know, I use stocks to trade. I can look at my top percentage gainers and my new highs and the new lows. I can do that as well on stocks to trade. But you really don't need stocks to trade, to be honest with you guys. Thinkorswim has pretty much everything you need. To be honest with you, if you can't afford it, don't even stress it. You can do very well with Thinkorswim, and it's totally free. And I don't work for them. They don't cut me a check. Neither does Tim Sykes. I just do it because I liked him in the sense that he was like, that's how I learned how to trade, watching his YouTube videos. Honestly, I don't subscribe to Properly. I don't know the guy. I just liked the YouTube videos that he puts out. That's how I learned originally. Then I learned watching other videos as well. But all right, that's neither here nor there. So let's go. So I'm gonna click on charts, and we got our scale. So this here is this right here. It's just moved over to the side. And now I'm just gonna click on the charts and go. So you filter by the highest percentage gainer. So the highest percentage gainer today was eyes. So eyes was 5 days ago. This was 157. This opened up today at 250 around. Actually, no, it opened up at 250 and hit a high of 390, and it hit this double top, kind of sold off, and it's been sideways. After hours, it's still trading. It's about 6:30 right now, so there are people still trading this. If you look at, somebody just bought 215 shares at 6:31 right now, so it's people are still trading. You can trade up to 9 p.m. at night, guys, just so you know that. All right, this is a volatile stock. This is absolutely gonna be on the watch list for tomorrow. My expectation is that tomorrow at the market open, it may get a little push up, but it's going to sell off. It's going to be a great shorting opportunity. So that's going to be on the watch list. We already have CNBX. That was the second biggest percentage gainer. That's absolutely going to stay there. AGSTF. This is a stock that was 29 cents 5 days ago. It ripped. This is a blatant pump. Normally, I tell people to stay away from these stocks. Let's see what type of company this is. This is where I want to go to my stocks to trade account. AGS. So let's type in AGSTF. AGSTF. Sorry about that, guys. AGSTF. So stocks to trade has some pretty cool features where all on one screen you can get all the level one. So level one means like the low and the high of the price, the 52-week high, the average value, what it traded. I mean, it traded a lot. It's way above its value. That's what I also look for too. As part of my criteria to put a stock on my list that it's trading above its normal volume average. And this is the level 2. So this is the bidders and asks and the buyers and sellers, and this is the actual execution. And this is what it also gives you is like the news related to the stock. All right, and this is why it broke out. Future Farm subsidiary to manage cannabis oil extract facility, also known $1 million non-brokered private placement. And what it also does, it has like Stocks to Trade has this cool thing where you can do like paper trading here, but it also has this link to Twitter, so you can see what people are saying about the stock in Twitter. It's actually pretty cool. So this stock held its highs based on this. Who knows what it's gonna do? I mean, tomorrow it may push a little bit. This is probably gonna sell off. But what I like to do is sometimes to get a sense of what the stock's done, I put the yearly, do the yearly, what's it done over the last year. So a year ago, this was at 0.8 cent, all right? And, it's had times where it's kind of gapped up on news. So you see here, it's had this little push where it went to 15 all the way to a high of 38 cents before it came crashing back down. So, it's done it a few times, It had a couple of green days here, right? So this was back in November. It had 1, 2, 3 green days before it kind of pulled back. So you know what? Tomorrow, who knows? And this thing had in one day, it went from, holy crap, it opened at 25 cents. It had a high of 75 cents all in one day, and then came crashing down, closed at 24 cents. So it's done this before. It got some news. It got a push. I mean, it should be volatile. Let's put it on the watch list for tomorrow. This stock, though, will sell off. If it rips, guys, in the morning, be careful. Don't hold it too long. Look for make like 5 cents or, 5 or 10 cents at the most, and then get out. You don't want to be stuck holding that stock. All right, next up, BLPH. All right, BLPH. 5 days ago, this was a stock that was at 74 cents. Now it's at 162. Stocks keep moving, man. This stock opened today at 120. It hit a high of 160, and it kind of pulled back. This is a stock that tomorrow has the potential to move. I'll put it on the watch list. It was liquid. It showed 11 million shares, so that's good. Let's see what happens tomorrow. CYH. This is not a stock I would put on my watch list. Even though if I was for short sellers, you may want to watch this because this stock 5 days ago was $6. it was sideways all day. It didn't really do anything. But what you can do is what you could do is I would, if I was a short seller, right, and I am a short seller, but I'm not gonna be looking at it. I would put a trend line here, and I would say, okay, what's the low of the day? Was a trend line here, and then what I would do is if I was going to watch this tomorrow, I would say, hey, if it breaks below this, I short it, and see what happens, okay, and if it goes above this, maybe I long it. But this is a stock that I would be looking to short. And then if you're not sure, you go over the year. You say, all right, what it's done over the last year. This stock a year ago was at $17 at its high point, and it came sort of crashing down on news. I remember this. This was back in October. It came all the way down to $5, and it's slowly gapping up. I mean, there's no real resistance all the way up to $10. So this could, this may run up, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm not gonna put it on the watch list, but those are the things that you want to think about when you're trying to find stocks that you want to trade. So with that said, let's move on. GALT, this is a stock that held its high. And look, the reason why I had this here is I was watching this, but I couldn't make the trade. I was doing something at work, and I was gonna break. I was like, if it breaks above the trend line, because at this point this is the high of day, right? The stock opens at 149, it gaps up to 170, it consolidates, it hits 174, right? So at this point, it's high of day. You put the trend line there. You see, if it breaks it, then that's my entry, and maybe it goes up. Maybe it's a failed breakout. But look, it actually went up and it closed holding its highs, 194. It's gonna go on my watch list for tomorrow because it held its highs. It's an ugly chart, but it did hold its highs, and that's an opportunity to enter a stock. So it's an ugly chart, but it's liquid. It had 1.8 million shares. Obviously, the more volume, the better. But it's something that may continue to run. 5 days ago, it was at 127. So you may not get a lot of movement out of this, and it is an ugly chart. But let's just leave it there. See what happens. Next up, IGC. This is an ugly chart. Yeah, no way. EFSIC. It does hold its highs, but it had no volume. And then look at this, ugly. No way. This is something that for a swing trader that you may want to look at. You put 1,000 shares, you forget about it, you see if it moves up where it's at 5 days from now, something like that. AEHR, this is a stock that's kind of been ripping and selling off. This was this was 389 on 2 days ago, and it's all the way up to $5. So it's moving. 324 5 days ago, and it's up. And after hours, it looks like it's been selling off. It hit 465. I mean, theoretically, it held its highs. I don't know. I don't particularly love this chart. So, I mean, it ripped today. It went from 430, it went all the way to 528. So, it did move, and then it kind of sold off. I'm not gonna put it on my watch list, but you can put it on yours. CNAB, okay, CNAB. This is a stock. This is one of those the wheat stocks that seem to be back in play, and I think these are stocks that are gonna be like rinsing and repeating over the next year, to be honest with you. So right now, 5 days ago, this stock was at 140. It hit a high of 250 today and kind of consolidated and sold off. If you're watching the stock, let me zoom in. So it gapped up. It was at 189, hit a high of 250, sold off. I'm gonna put it on my watch list, and what I would suggest, guys, is watch every single freaking wheat stock there is. AMMH, VAPE, CBIS, all of those wheat stocks. Watch for them because they're all moving in unison right now. Because a couple of them are because of CN. I think CNBX is a wheat stock. Oh, no, CNBX I think is a wheat stock. That's why. Let's move on. So next up, AMJ, a wheat stock. Okay, there's another wheat stock. See, they all move in unison. 80 cents. It hit a high of 98. It consolidated, came back down to 88, and now it's kind of like in this 90-cent range. Watch it. I'm not gonna put it on my watch list, but this is a stock that may, if CNAB moves, expect this to move tomorrow too. So you can put it on your watch list if you want. I'm not, but if it breaks above $1, see, because this is a stock that has had momentum before. Look at this. This stock was 16 cents, and they hit it with a high of like 211. All right, so this is a stock that with some volume. So cabinets, it can move, it slowly creeps up. So keep an eye out on it. If it breaks $1, this thing could potentially run. So keep an eye on it. These all dog shit companies though, guys. Don't believe the hype. They're all, crappy companies. GBLX, this is a stock that, was 34 cents 5 days ago, it's up 47, but I don't like the chart. It had a lot of value, but I don't like the chart. So we keep BTUUQ. Yeah, this thing it ripped today and had a nice move at the open. So you see it consolidated, then it broke the high of day here. Once it broke that high of day here, this is the entry point, and it gapped all the way up to about 280, then washed out, found its new support here at 249, and then just kind of ran sideways. I mean, you can watch it tomorrow to see maybe it does, kind of sold off again, and then it kind of found up, and it's sideways. I mean, there's probably some volatility, but there's so many stocks to check to look. I'm gonna not put it on the watch list, but maybe you may want to look for it tomorrow. That's APOP had a nice little pop today. No pun intended. It sold off, and right about here, it had a nice little pop all the way up to 765, and then sold off. It may rip tomorrow again. I'm not gonna put it on watch list. I don't like the way it looks. Let's keep it moving. HLX. This is a stock that opened up at 809, and it kind of consolidated and then hit a high at 873, and then sold off, kind of washed out before the close, and then just consolidated. This stock was 2 days was 739, and it's kind of been ripping. I mean, you could put it on your watch list. I'm gonna see what other plays are there out there to see if anything else is holding its highs like really high. But this is a stock that you could potentially put on your watch list. CDIF, nope. Let's keep going. INSY. This is a stock. These are the stocks that I love to put on my watch list. So INSY will absolutely be on my watch list. Because I don't even need to look at the chart to know that it's going to be volatile, right? It sold 2 million shares. It opened up at 11:30, came down to 10.99, and finished at 12. And you see it's in a channel. If you put the little trend line, right? Put one trend line here, one trend line here. So it's in this trend right now. This is the trend. All right. 5 days ago, this was a $9.30 stock. Now it's $12. I mean, people are getting rich right now in this market. It's crazy. So yeah. So this is something that we continue to watch. This probably may continue to run. Who knows? This is gonna have. My expectations tomorrow is this is gonna have. Let's look at the yearly chart. This is gonna have a pullback. But look, there's really no. This is at what 1266. There's no resistance to a 1286, and then it goes after it breaks that. You have a chance to get over $13 here. But my expectation is that this is gonna pull back. It had 2 green days already. People are gonna start taking some profit. So this may present a good shorting opportunity tomorrow at some point. It may though continue to gap up, so it may sell off, find its support level, and then gap back up. We'll see tomorrow, but this is definitely gonna be volatile tomorrow. So keep your eye on it. I know it's a little bit pricier. All right. With that said, let's keep moving on. So, all right. EXAS. This is a stock more pricey, but it did rip. It went from 21 to 23. It's consolidating. It's sideways. It's gonna be volatile. I mean, this was $18 5 days ago. I'm not gonna put it on my watch list, but this is a stock that I normally would. I'm not, because I'm gonna try and look for lower price stocks, because I know a lot of people that follow me on Twitter. I'm not looking to trade these expensive stocks. I'll only put a stock like this that's expensive that's this expensive when it looks like the stock we just saw, something like this. All right. Otherwise, I won't do it. So let's keep moving on. BSTG is a stock that I don't like the chart, even though it did sort of fall off and it gapped up, holding its highs. GNC ripped today, man. It opened up at 771, hit a high at 887, and then it just kind of washed out, and it's going up. This thing, might have more to give. I mean, theoretically, I'm gonna put it on the watch list. Not normally I won't, but I think it's gonna be volatile tomorrow. Keep an eye on GNC tomorrow. Where are we at this point? Okay, oops. I opened up at 417, closed at 528, and it sold 1 million shares. I mean, it's ugly, but it did have some volume, and it did hold its highs. I mean, you theoretically could put it on your watch list. 5 days ago this was 357, and it's been slowly consolidating, and then it kind of had this nice rip today. I mean, it did hold its highs. It did. It opened at 4. It's at 474. You can put it on your watch list. I'll put it on the watch list. I don't know. It's probably gonna do it. That might be one of those stocks that slowly grind up. JAGX, yeah, it was volatile, but no way. FATE, yeah. GL, nope. Even though this thing's been moving. ABWN, no. I don't like the way the chart looks. DX, DXX. It opened at 382. It did hold its highs. It was 370 2 days ago, or the last trading day it was, and it kind of just gapped up. It just looks ugly, but it did, sort of do its thing. I mean, theoretically, this is a stock that I would put on my watch list only because it did hold its highs. I'm just not big on the chart, but I'm gonna skip it. But you can put it on if you want. Next up, IPI. IPI opened up 225, had a high 253. It's kind of holding right now. It's right at VWAP. I mean, theoretically, you could. It was 195 5 days ago. I'm gonna keep looking. See some other ones. Nope. DIGP, FCH, KINS, CSIC. Yeah, this is a stock that was what 14.20. 5 days ago it was 12.47. It's up to 15.85. It opened today at 14.17. It's at 15. Yeah, I'll put this. Even though it's already there. It's already on my watch list. But yeah, this is on my watch list from Friday. This is another ripper that I didn't talk about. That was on. I'm gonna leave it there. CIG, nope. CRC. I mean, this is a stock that it is gapping up. It is kind of consolidating, continue to run, but I'm gonna skip it. HUN. This is a stock that was at 5 days ago, or actually 4 days ago, it was at $20. Now it's at $23. Huntsman is still running in it. Look at this. It closed holding its highs. I'm going to put it on. It's expensive though, but I'll put it on there. IMLFF, no. CIE, it looks ugly. AROQ, BTX, I don't like the way it looks. CLRB, this is a stock that when it has some news or catalyst, it moves, and it closed up holding its highs, but not a lot of volume, under 1 million shares. But you can watch it. It may have some movement tomorrow. CVSI, nope. HIXM, nope. Sideways action, I don't like it. JSO, there's a stock that, here you go, hold its highs, but it's not very liquid. 4 or 5 days ago, this was at 475, at 573. So this is a stock that could continue to gap up. This may be good for a swing trade. I'm not gonna put it on the watch list, but it may be good for a swing trade. KEP, nah. It is running, but AMD. This is a stock, man, is a great stock. I'm gonna put it on the watch list because this is a stock that is always volatile. It opened at 1356, 1341, and it hit a high of 1410, and it's kind of been consolidated. It's still trading after hours. This is a stock that it swings big. If you look at the yearly chart, look at this thing. This thing was 193 a year ago. Imagine you bought shares of this. Oh man, makes me sick. So yeah, but look at what happens. Like it kind of gaps up, and then it kind of pulls back, and then it kind of runs, and then it kind of sells off, and then it kind of runs, and then it sells off, and now it's running again. So, expect a big sell-off. It's had 2 green days. May have one more in it before it has a nice pullback. So keep an eye on AMD. It's a great stock to trade. It's always volatile. All right, GV. GV is a gold stock. It's ugly, but it could be a good swing for somebody. BZUN, nah. CSTM, nah. GBT, nah. CYRT, nah. IDXG, nah. This is a good. IDXG is a good short, and that's all of the charts. All right, so those are all the stocks that were on my watch list. So you got some good potential plays here that are affordable. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 stocks that are below $5, and then you got 1, 2 that are between 5 and 10, and then you got 1, 2, 3 between 10 and 20, and then this 120. And I could have put a couple others there I left off. But remember, guys, as day traders, sometimes your watch list is gonna be a dud. Sometimes you're not gonna be comfortable trading anything in your watch list. That's why you need the scanners. That's why I have this gap scanner. I have this. I find the nightly scan. I leave it there so as the day progresses and those stocks will pop up on here. And I find a lot of plays on this. I have my dip buy scan as well, and then I have my watch list. That's usually what I'm looking to find my plays. On my scanners if I don't see anything happening. Remember the first hour from like 9:30 to about 11:30. and then from about, let's say, 2:30 to like 4. Those are like the best times to trade because that's when the most volatility happens. You don't want to be looking at your screen all day. You're just gonna lose all your money that way. Unless you're like some super pro, and I don't recommend it. If you don't find anything in the first 2 hours, just walk away. Tomorrow's another day. All right, but that's pretty much it, guys. That's my watch list for tomorrow. Let's see what happens. Again, I'm gonna transfer that onto here to my stocks to trade, and then I'll just post it for everyone. If you have any questions about stocks to trade or anything that I talked about here, just hit me up on Twitter or Facebook. All right, guys. Remember, go to YouTube, watch those videos. Right, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow me on Twitter. All right. Have a good one, folks.